frankly surprised that he would say anything negative about me, because if I ever told you I saved his life before, I did save his life. A few years ago, there was a plane showed up over to Stanford Field, Louisville International Airport, and two notorious criminals got off that plane. And I don't have to tell you, it was the Malachi brothers. It was Phil and Don. And apparently, they came from London, and somebody had killed their pa, Colin Malachi. And rumor has it was the monster Frankenstein. Well, they heard another rumor that Frankenstein was seen in his parts, but what it actually was, it was Chondra. And he had the same height, same build, same goofy face, same big old square head, whatever, And I got wind of this here, and I tried to cut him off. I said, hey, listen, you're making a huge mistake. This is not Frankenstein. I know it looks like Frankenstein, but he's really not Frankenstein. And I tried the best I could do, but, I'm just one man. And really, what can one man do, Abby? You can't do much. And I didn't convince them. And they looked for him, and they went to some hotel and spent the night. I was driving around all night. I was worried that they was going to go ahead and get rid of Chondra. And I pulled up to these train tracks, and I seen this baby falling down the train tracks. So I jumped down there, risked my life because this train was coming. I saved the baby, and I didn't know who the baby belonged to, so I put an ad in Craigslist. I said, did anybody lose a baby? And it just happened, it was the Malachi brothers' baby. And they were so grateful that I saved their baby that they said, well, we're not going to kill him for killing our pa, Colin. And they said, but so we don't make this mistake again, so we don't mistake him for the monster anymore, we're going to brand him. So we're going to put a colon on his wrist. But they said he's not really worthy of a colon, so they put a semicolon on there. And that's a true story. You probably see it on CNN in the news someday, but that's actual factual.
Okay.
Are you going to miss being able to blame your problems on Mr. Mix?
Oh, okay.
And, making fun of him?
Sure. Okay. Go. Ask the question.
I just don't know why Mr. Mix thinks he holds the corner market on having beautiful blonde hair and wearing a button-down shirt. Well, I think a lot of people could do that. So, sorry to let you know, Mr. Mix, you're probably going to be replaced.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, draws better circles.
Wishes to him?
Well, of course I wish him well, but good story. So Mr. Mix was actually my math teacher when I went here at Scribner, and he made a bet with a student. I can't remember what the bet was over, but if he lost, he was going to do push-ups in front of the whole class, and he did in fact lose, and he did have to do the push-ups, and it was hysterical. And I remember that as a student. As a coworker, he's always been really helpful to me, and so I just wish him all the best. May he play 18 holes of golf every day for the next 1,000,000 days. Bye, Mr. Mix, I love you.
I would say the biggest issue, or the biggest thing I'm going to miss most about Mr. Mix not being here is anytime I'm having a bad day or students are having a bad day, I can always tell them at least their lives and their day is going to be better than that of Mr. Mix. Or if they look in the mirror in the morning and say, it's a bad hair day, I just say, well, compare that to Mr. Mix. He said, man, I didn't do very well on this test. Well, at least you're not as dumb as Mr. Mix. I would say that's what I would miss the most. He set the standard very low here at Scribner, and he always made your day a little bit brighter because of that.
Well, Mr. Mix, best of wishes to you in your retirement. In all seriousness, we look forward to seeing you back someday when you can tell us all the stories of all your great exploits.
Most of the problems that we have here at Scribner start with him anyway, so with him leaving, I say that's going to eliminate a lot of our problems. Other than that, I mean, as far as making fun of him, there's always Condra and Otters back to make fun of him.
I like that Mr. Mix always tries to make sure that his students know what he's teaching.
Mr. Mix was a great teacher. Not only did I love going to his class for geometry, but I enjoyed the jokes, stories, and magic tricks that he would have for us on Fridays.
He threw a penny through a wall.
Nothing beats his magic tricks.
Have a nice man bun.
Mr. Mix!